I'm going to tell you why the club scene is over. The club scene is over because men want to be women. And when I say men want to be women, they want to cut the line.
That girl made the viral video about how club culture is dying because guys want to be the girls now. Because men are so concerned being the center of attention. Basically, everything used to be about the woman. And why are men okay with this shift in priority? And why has the priority shifted in general? I think it could be for a couple things. One, I do think some men actually just like to flex on other men, and it's kind of like a big dick swinging.
Welcome back to Men's Right. Today, we're breaking down why men aren't showing up to clubs, dating events, or even approaching women anymore, and why women are losing their minds over it. But before we jump in, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's hit 1,000 subscribers this month and grow this community together.
I love to be the one to say it. Club culture dying is a huge reflection on how prominent the DL community actually is. Let's think about this for a second. That video that girl made, the viral video about how club culture is dying because guys want to be the girls now. Because men are so concerned being the center of attention. Basically, everything used to be about the woman. And why are men okay with this shift in priority? And why has the priorities shifted in general? I think it could be for a couple things. One, I do think some men actually just like to flex on other men, and it's kind of like a big dick swinging contest. But that also used to include who would have the most women in their section and who would have the most beautiful women. That's not even something a lot of men are even checking for anymore. And it's because they don't like us. They really don't care about the women. They never did. And the fact that a lot of men are not caring about the fact that their sections are just filled with men should be very telling as to how they actually feel. This is a lot of men's dream come true, and that's why it's not fucking changing. I do think there are two scenarios. One, the ego trumps your desire for women so much to the point where you're willing to be sharing a bottle with 20 other dudes to feel important and to feel like you're in a space of importance, opposed to actually prioritizing being around women. And they want to feel important so bad to the point where they're all fighting to get one Instagram story of one bottle that they didn't even fucking pay for, or they're just DL, or they dislike men. And that's exactly where they want to be, and they're happy in their home.
I love how this viral conversation exposes the truth. Club culture is dying, not because men are weak or soft, but because men have stopped playing someone else's game. Men aren't showing up to compete for attention, to flex for other men, or to fill tables with women they don't even care about. And that's exactly why women notice it. Everything used to be about the woman, and now that priority has shifted. Suddenly it's men want to be the girls, or men are soft. The reality? Most men have realized they don't need validation from clubs, social media, or ego contests. They're done with the big bottle fights, the Instagram stories, the pressure to prove themselves to strangers. Men are focusing on their lives, their purpose, and spaces that actually matter to them. If a man's section is just filled with other men and he doesn't care, that's not weakness, that's clarity. He knows his value, and he's not chasing someone else's illusion of importance. Reality check. Men aren't soft, they're awake. They stopped bending over backwards for attention that wasn't real, and that shift? It's uncomfortable for women who are used to the chase, but for men, it's freedom.
I'm going to tell you why the club scene is over. The club scene is over because men want to be women. And when I say men want to be women, they want to cut the line.
So now men want to be women just because they're not lining up outside clubs anymore. That's what happens when the attention dries up. The insults start flying. For years, women were used to men chasing, buying drinks, standing in lines, and fighting for validation. But now that men are walking away, suddenly it's men are soft, men are feminine, or men want to be women. No men are just tired of wasting energy where there's no respect, no loyalty, and no peace. They're not becoming women, they're becoming smarter men. Statistics show fewer men are going to clubs. Fewer are spending their money and time trying to impress strangers. Instead, they're hitting the gym, working on business, chasing goals. Meanwhile, the same women who wanted attention now can't handle that men don't care anymore. The truth is, when men stop chasing, women lose power. That's what really hurts them. Men aren't turning into women. They're turning into disciplined kings. Remember this. The moment you walk away from validation, you become the prize.
Last year, I saw so many Black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time? the men were not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating, and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale. Always, because they weren't buying any. Just the other day, a big account that I follow for Black creatives did like this cute Cupid thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in. And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000 followers. It's just time to stop. It's time to stop. They have made it very loud and clear that they do not want to try. They don't want to approach. No matter how you curate different activities to get them interested, they're not. And I'm not saying that men who seriously want to date don't exist, but I think on a large scale in major cities, the dating events, you know, all these creative ways that we're trying to get them interested, they're not there. I don't think that these men are tapped into social media. I really don't. I think that they are locked in on their hobbies and in communities that matter to them.
I've seen it happen over and over. Women trying to solve the dating problem by hosting events, creating offline spaces, selling tickets to speed dating, even running cute Cupid-style social media matchmaker contests. And what happens every single time? Men don't show up. Not one profile submitted, not one ticket bought, even when the account has over 100,000 followers. The truth is loud and clear. Men are done chasing. They're done bending over backwards for curated activities or being coaxed into someone else's idea of romance. It's not that men who want to date don't exist. They do. But the majority of men in major cities are focused on their hobbies, communities, and building lives that matter to them. Social media events, gimmicks, or creative dating setups won't work because men aren't interested in being herded or sold to. Men are walking away from a system that treats them as optional, and women noticing it. They're frustrated because they've been used to attention and chasing, and now it's gone. Reality check. Men aren't lazy or broken. They've just realized their value, and the moment they stop playing someone else's game, they become untouchable.
Do you know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays? So many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only going to waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
Men don't like dating events, and I have a theory. If you're a man and you don't enjoy dating events, I want you to tell me in the comments if I am right or what is your reasoning. So I have gone to a lot of dating events, speed dating events, all the things. And for the most part, it will be 80% women and 20% men, even though there are so many men in the world. And I don't think that all men are bad or all men are douchebags. That's not my theory. I think that men don't know what they're going to experience when they get there. But I also think that they have gone to some of these events and they don't like what they have experienced. I think that men feel like maybe it's like a meat market, that how women are going to be, or how, I think women, I don't think I would say afraid. I think that men are just like, this is going to be too intense, going to be way over the top. And I don't want to experience that, because whether I'm going to church events or I'm going to dating events in general, men don't show up. So men, I want you to tell me, why don't you guys like dating events?
Here's the truth women don't want to admit. Men aren't showing up to dating events because why would they? Paying money, spending energy and time, just to get rejected over and over again doesn't make sense. Men have realized that chasing validation at someone else's curated event isn't worth it. They're done wasting themselves for fleeting attention or forced interaction. Instead, men are focusing on spaces where their time, effort, and value actually matter. Whether that's building their life, their skills, or their purpose. Reality check. It's not that men don't want relationships. It's that they won't play a losing game. And the moment you stop forcing yourself into spaces that disrespect you, you automatically become the prize.
At every singles event, it's all women.
Yeah.
That's exactly
I don't want to do them anymore because it's so hard to get men to sign up. And I had one a few weeks ago, and one of the guys was like, please do this again. This was awesome. I'm like, I will do it again if you promise, like, get friends to come. Like, it's so hard to get guys to sign up. And he's like, no, why would I want more competition?
Yeah.
But why? Like, I guess both perspectives. Like, what do you think? But also as a guy. So if you told me when I was 27, hey, there's a singles event where there's going to be 20 to 25 really cool women, I'd be like, yeah, like that's sick. Like, why would I not go? I go to the bar to meet the single woman.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I go to the singles event where they actually want to meet me too?
Yeah.
But as guys, why did we never go to them?
Yeah, doesn't it take away like the thing of rejection? Like,
Well, what my perspective was this. I feel like guys are super sensitive to get rejected. And when you go to a singles event, there's an expectation that you should hook up or you should like meet somebody.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's like, oh, well, you got rejected. And maybe if you hit on somebody there and they don't like you, it's very in your face.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get rejected at a bar, it's so like sugar coated and it's so like
kind of disappear.
you can disappear or like just pretend like something happened. You
Yeah.
could hide.
Not only that, it feels like a humiliation ritual, being judged and measured like they're on display. Think about it. Thousands of dollars spent, fancy outfits, rehearsed lines, all for a maybe and a polite no. It's like signing up for an exam you didn't study for every single week. Meanwhile, men are realizing it's better to invest that time and money into themselves, the gym, skills, business, or even just peace of mind. Men aren't avoiding women, they're avoiding losing games, and honestly, can you blame them? Step back, stay sharp, and become the prize.